Versatile Mage. Chapter 253. Strengthening the Star. Mo Fan couldn't help but give the little loach pendant a kiss. Owning a pendant and having it reach this kind of realm was far too amazing. It was simply exceptional. After he returned to his room, Mo Fan went inside to confirm once more. It was indeed a soul essence, a minion-level soul essence. A minion-level soul was also relatively precious, because all the basic Stardust magic tools required them. When Mo Fan was pondering how he could use the little loach pendant to earn big money in the future, he accidentally discovered an even bigger problem. It appeared that he was not able to extract the soul essence. Little loach pendant, don't tease me. If I can't take out the soul essence, then I can't bring it to auction. If I can't sell it, I won't have money. Mo Fan didn't know whether to cry or not. He had discovered gold, but was unable to extract it. In that sense, even if there was more gold, what was the point of it? Mo Fan studied it for a long time and realized that he was unable to extract this condensed soul essence from the little loach pendant. If this was the case, then wouldn't the refined minion-level soul essence be just the same as a decoration? Could it be that he jumped the gun too fast? Mo Fan was a little unwilling as he continued to study the soul essence. He didn't eat breakfast. He used all of his time attempting to extract the gold that he had picked up from the street. Mo Fan used his intent to repeatedly attempt its removal. He eventually realized that this soul essence was not able to go anywhere else, other than inside his spiritual world. This kind of feeling was just like a spiritual imprint. It was as if this soul essence had an imprint on it, firmly bound to him. The question was, what was the point of having this special soul inside his own spiritual world? After probing it for a long time, the bored Mo Fan decided to move the soul essence toward his lightning nebula. The lightning nebula was purple and had a spiral shape now, like a galaxy. It was extremely bright within the vast spiritual space. As Mo Fan watched the radiating soul essence being pulled in, he realized that this firefly-like radiance was involuntarily floating toward a lightning star. Just as Mo Fan was trying to discern what was going on, the lightning star suddenly began to emit a certain magnetic field, and it devoured the radiant soul essence completely. Shit, how could that thing be eaten? A soul essence was worth 3 to 5 million RMB. How could it eat it like that? Outrageous. How could a normally obedient star suddenly have such a change in attitude? It swallowed a soul essence and even refused to spit it back out. This whole situation left Mo Fan completely dumbstruck. Originally, he was only experimenting. Who could have imagined that this soul essence would get devoured? And it was devoured by one of the stars that he used to form a magic star path. This situation had already exceeded Mo Fan's imagination. He hastily found Mr. Chu Yuhao again and hoped to obtain some kind of explanation for all this from him. A star devouring a soul essence. The old teacher pushed his glasses while his face displayed a smile. Chu Yuhao was a person who liked it when his students asked crazy questions. If he was able to answer them, that would show he was an excellent scholar. The question Mo Fan asked was rather tricky. A lot of books didn't record these kinds of things. Fortunately, the old teacher had stumbled upon books that did. He cleared his throat and began a long diatribe of things that had nothing to do with it. After that, he finally got to the actual question. You should already know that soul essence is a very good thing. It is able to provide great assistance to a magician's cultivation. The greatest usage of a soul essence is creating a meditation magic tool. Whether it is a Stardust magic tool or a Nebula magic tool, they are all worth a lot. However, in the beginning, soul essences were not used in that way. Before people used necromancy to research Stardust energy or Nebula energy, soul essences were used for strengthening, Chu Yuhua explained. Strengthening? Strengthening what? Mo Fan immediately asked. You even have to ask this. Of course it was used for strengthening the stars. Otherwise, why would a star devour a soul essence? Chu Yuhua hummed into his beard. It's capable of strengthening stars. Yes, before the invention of meditation magic tools, soul essences were being wasted in that manner. If it is able to strengthen a star, does that mean the magic spells formed from the stars would also get stronger? Mo Fan immediately asked. Naturally, if the star receives a boost, then the spells will also become stronger. Then, isn't that a good thing? Mo Fan felt a burst of joy. So the spells were able to obtain a boost. That was good news. Just like when casting the giant shadow spike beneath the Great Nyx formation, a single great shadow spike had multiplied into 6 of them. It was able to completely nail the warrior-level cursed beast down, like a pinned butterfly. It even had an additional effect of penetrating its soul. The strengthening of a spell was actually extremely powerful. Chu Yuhua shook his head and said, I also said that it's a waste of resources. Why? Mo Fan was unable to understand. A soul essence is extremely precious. If you were to go to an auction, you'd understand just how much in demand those things are. No matter what level the soul essences are, the ones needed for manufacturing a stardust or a nebula magic tool are simply not in enough supply. Who would actually use those soul essences to strengthen their stars? Primary magic has a total of 7 stars, right? Only when you strengthen all 7 of those stars are you able to receive a certain upgrade. The problem is, unless a magician is stupid, they would definitely not want to strengthen their primary magic with a whole 7 soul essences, Chu Yuhua said. After Mo Fan heard this, the expression on his face changed. It seemed like he was that kind of stupid magician. Just 5 minutes earlier, his dazzling soul essence had been completely devoured by one of the lightning stars. That's why, even though the strengthening of magic stars does exist, it requires a soul essence which provides great benefit to humanity. This kind of path of strengthening is very expensive. It is no different than using your money as firewood, Chu Yuhua said. Mo Fan thought it over as he nodded. Shit, if the condensed soul essences within the little loach pendant could not be extracted and auctioned off, then he could only use them to strengthen his primary magic. A primary magic required 7 stars, and each of them needed to be fed a minion-level soul essence. All of that money would have been enough to buy him a warrior-level soul essence. Furthermore, even if his spells were buffed, the effect probably wouldn't be too exaggerated. At the very least, it probably wouldn't reach the might of an intermediate magic. What Mr. Chu Yuhua said wasn't exactly wrong. As long as you're not stupid, then this is something you definitely wouldn't do. Let's continue to study it. If I really can't take it away, then I can only use them to strengthen the stars. At this time, Mo Fan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Using them to strengthen his stars was still better than having them decorate the space above the river. The crucial point was that he'd feel too vexed when he saw them. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.